There is no syllabus. When I first realized this, it actually hit me like a ton of bricks. Think about it. For the last couple of decades of your life, you've known exactly what was expected of you. You literally got a piece of paper on day one of every semester telling you exactly how to succeed. And then you graduate, you walk into your very first day on the job, and that comforting structure just completely vanishes. The reality of transitioning from a highly structured college environment to the incredibly unstructured corporate world, well, it can be pretty jarring. So welcome to this explainer. Today, we're focusing squarely on the first 90 days reality. Unpacking this material was a massive light bulb moment for us because the truth is, your first 90 days can completely make or break your career. What you do in this specific window basically sets the trajectory for your entire professional reputation. So we're going to explore the exact mental shifts you need to make right now so you don't end up drowning in confusion, endless meetings, and expectations that nobody actually bothers to explain to you.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the syllabus shock, then shift into how you work, managing time and expectations, the corporate identity shift, and finally, mastering those first 90 days.
Section 1. The syllabus shock. Moving from A's to ambiguity.
Okay, so in college, a syllabus tells you exactly how to get an A. The rules are crystal clear, the path is completely paved for you. But step into the corporate world and there is absolutely no syllabus. And honestly, here's the terrifying part. Nobody grades your work until it's already too late. You are moving from a world with explicit written rules to a world built entirely on unspoken expectations. If you sit around waiting for someone to hand you a grading rubric, you are already falling behind. Section 2, shift how you work, upgrading your communication and learning.
Remember how in college, longer essays usually meant better grades? You were basically rewarded for adding fluff. But in corporate, long emails just get ignored. I mean, they're practically treated as a cure for insomnia. In the professional world, time is the ultimate currency. If you send this sprawling 5-paragraph essay to your manager, they simply won't read it. In this new world, brevity equals competence.
So the solution is a framework called BLUF, which stands for bottom line up front. It's the ultimate tool to instantly make you look clear, confident, and highly competent. Seriously, don't build up to your main point like you're writing a mystery novel. Just give away the ending in the very first sentence.
Here is the exact anatomy of a perfect corporate communication. Number 1, you start with the decision, like what has been decided or what needs deciding. 2, the request. What exactly are you asking for? 3rd is a quick summary. And 4th is the action needed. If you structure your emails exactly like this, you're golden. You only add the granular details at the very end, and really only if they are absolutely necessary.
Now, let's think about how we absorb information. College learning is fundamentally a short-term pump-and-dump scheme, right? You memorize for a test, you take it, and then you instantly forget it. But corporate learning is cumulative. Everything you learn, every single process, every software quirk, every client preference, it all becomes a permanent part of your professional value. You simply can't afford to just forget things the second a project ends. Because learning is cumulative, you have to build what we call a second brain. Basically, an external digital system to store your processes, your meeting notes, how-to steps, project history, all that institutional knowledge. You can use tools like Notion, Obsidian, Evernote, whatever works for you. But why does this matter so much? Because your actual human brain is simply not designed to hold everything, but your system is. When you build a second brain, I promise you, you quickly become the most reliable person in the room.
Section 3. Manage time and expectations, protecting your schedule and clarifying the rules.
Back in college, you probably had these long, beautiful blocks of free time between classes. But in corporate, oh boy. Your day is aggressively chopped into meetings, random Slack pings, and those notorious, quick questions that somehow always take a full hour. Let me warn you right now. If you don't fiercely protect your own time, someone else will gladly steal it.
To actually gain control over these totally fragmented corporate days, you need a simple visual calendar blocking framework. It's like a traffic light system. Green blocks are strictly for deep work, absolutely no distractions. Blue blocks, those are your meetings. Yellow blocks are for admin tasks, like clearing out your inbox. And red blocks, those are for hard deadlines. By color-coding your calendar like this, you can proactively see exactly where your time is going, way before someone else fills it up for you.
But look, guarding your time isn't quite enough if you don't actually know the rules of the game. In college, expectations are explicitly written down. In corporate, expectations are mostly assumed, and relying on assumptions instead of actively asking for those unwritten rules, yeah, that is a one-way ticket straight to failure in your first 90 days.
Which brings us to the ultimate clarifying question. Ready? What does success look like for this project? This is literally the absolute most important thing you need to ask your boss. Seriously, do not start a task without asking this. Isolating this one specific question gives you the superpower of clarity, because it forces your manager to verbalize their assumed expectations into concrete, actionable goals for you. Alongside that, make sure to ask your team a few more vital expectation questions. Things like, what does a great first 90 days actually look like? And how do you prefer to get updates? Honestly, uncovering whether a manager prefers a quick Slack message over a formal email saves so much friction. It immediately proves you're proactive and eager to integrate seamlessly into how they already work.
Section 4. The corporate identity shift. You are no longer a student.
Think about this. For your whole life, your identity was tied to your grades, the clubs you led, campus life. You knew exactly who you were in that ecosystem. But now, that identity has to fundamentally evolve. Your intrinsic sense of self has to shift away from academic achievements and totally anchor itself to your contribution, your communication, and your consistency. And because this identity shift is so massive, it is completely 100% normal to feel lost. If you wake up on day 30 of your new job feeling entirely overwhelmed by the lack of structure, I really want you to know that that initial shock is completely valid. It's also completely normal to feel behind. It is normal to feel like you are basically just pretending to be a professional. That imposter syndrome you might be feeling right now, it's a completely expected part of rebuilding your entire identity from scratch. Because the truth is, everyone feels this way at first. Really let that sink in. You are absolutely not alone in this struggle. Every single executive, manager, and senior colleague you look up to went through this exact same rite of passage. It's just a necessary transition, not a sign of failure.
Section 5. Mastering your first 90 days. Your career starts right now.
We're actually dedicating this entire next season of Explainers to mastering these exact professional survival skills. We are going to be diving deep into automated career workflows, plug-and-play communication templates, and advanced first 90 days systems. So definitely make sure you hit subscribe and stay tuned because you do not want to miss out on these tools.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. The first 90 days can literally make or break your career. So which mental shift will you implement today so you don't just survive, but actually thrive? Is it going to be using bluff, building your second brain, or fiercely protecting your calendar? The syllabus is gone, but your career starts right now. Go make it count.